Once upon a time, 85% of the population belongs to rural India. Now it is come to somewhere 50-50. This is not a good situation. It is a very challenging task. We want an integrated approach for development. I feel that we need diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector. The time is very less. I want to complete it within 2-3 minutes. The first thing is that when there is a surplus of production, farmers are not getting good price. The expenditure cost for the farmer per acre is very high. And the agriculture is becoming day by day economically non-viable. I am working with 3 sugar factories with me, ethanol, biodiesel, biofertilizer and power. As a NGO, I am working there. Because I am not a capitalist or a industrialist. Because I have an opportunity that I have to get 2,000 crores from the market. That goodwill I am using and making some cooperatives and public limited company when my share is only 1 lakh. Otherwise, some people misunderstood that I am a corporate man and industrialist man. I have got 6,000 shareholders in my company. But my feeling is diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector is very important. When the NDA government was there, we started this ethanol. I got a plant of 50 crore rupees for ethanol. No one is taking ethanol. It is a green fuel. It is ultimately giving more price to the farmer. This is an import substitute. We have an import of 2,40,000 crores of crude from abroad. So this is the situation. If you can diversify 40,000 crore to the rural area, it is going to create more employment and a good per capita income in the rural and poor sector of the country. The lastly, which I want to say one thing about it, that the country need development approach. One thing is very essential. Someone argue for communism, socialism or capitalism. I am not related with any ism. I am talking about per capita income, GDP and progress. For that we need the public-private initiative in every sector of the society. I have a note which is ready with me that in India, where the internal rate of return is more than 15, the sectors are tourism, education, higher education, infrastructure, road, power, many sectors are there, where within 3 years, we can investment of more than 2,50,000 crores. That government, it is not essential for government to invest any money in that, by which we can just create the employment of 2 crore 50 lakhs youth in the rural area of the country. We need economic approach for development. Politics, popular politics also the important thing. I am not going to bother what had happened to my party, Prabhuji. I am sure if there is a will, there is a way. When I was constructing Mumbai-Pune Express Highway, one of the famous journalists asked me, Nitinji, how much money you have? I said, 5 crores. How much time it will take you to complete Express Highway? I said, 2.5 years. So what is the cost of the express at that time? I had just rejected that tender for 3,600 crores from the big company of India. So he said, you are a politician, you talk anything, and are you supposed that we written everything what you talk here? Oh, I am sorry. Then how we can going to do it? So I just say one thing, that if there is a will, there is a way. And if there is no will, there is only survey, discussion, seminar, committee, subcommittee and research group. My strong political will is going to turn my party for a good future. I have no problem over it. I will do it. But I am bothering about what politics I learn. My political agenda is not to become a political career in Delhi. I am not coming for that. I am not bothered about that. I am bothering about our poor people. I am bothered about the farmers, farmer suicides. I am bothering about the poverty. And I feel sincerely, this is all because of the wrong economic approach and bad governance is the basic reason for that. I am not talking it politically. If we can change this, definitely we will achieve our goal. So this is a good start. My time is over. And politics of progress is the heart of the country. And I feel that I am of the same opinion that we have a bigger challenge like poverty, unemployment, farmer suicides. And I feel that with a strong political will and development-oriented approach in all political parties, we can change the socio-economic scenario of India. Thank you.
All three have spoken now. I think Mr. Gadkari, you spoke last, I think put it very correctly. If you are talking about progress in politics, you have to choose. Kamal, I'm coming back to three of you, because I don't want to ask first question, but I want to raise the question in a different way. In politics, can you follow economic approach to development rather than a political approach to development? Because he said there's a need for economic approach to development and political approach to development. Because Maran's party and Narega, are they economic approaches to development? Farmers' loans waiving off, are they economic approach to development? Are they political approaches? Freebies, subsidies, they're part of your politics. Are they hindering economic growth? I want an answer from three of you. Tell me that. Kamal, the freebies through distribution of everything free.
In India, we have to look at everything from an India-specific manner. Every country does that. So in India, it's not freebie or not freebie. It is a socio-economic approach. Take the United States. In the United States, the government is giving bailout to their banks. Take Europe. Is that economics? 10 years ago, 5 years ago, who would have thought that the Western countries, the big financial icons, the Western developed economies, would be giving money to banks? Now here in India, in the Western world, we find government giving money to the banks. In India, we find the banks giving money to the government. And that is, again, India-specific. So we've got to look at India in the context of a distributive justice. It is not the survival of the fittest. It is the revival of the weakest. And when we talk of this, we have to look at economic policy, growth and development from that perspective. Today I'm talking about highways. But let me be honest. If 15 or 20 years ago, I was told that here is 100 crores, which road do you want to build? I'll say I want to build my road in Chhindwara. I don't want to build the Delhi-Gurgaon highway. That is the difference. So, as Nitinji just now very correctly said, that village connectivity in India. When we talk of India, and I say we have the second largest network of roads, 3.4 million kilometers of roads in India, which is larger than the road network in China. It is. Now, why is it so? Not because of our highways, but because of our village connectivity. So, we have to look at growth, as I was saying, in a very all-inclusive manner. And when we got to look at growth in an all-inclusive manner, we can't look at why is this going free or why is not that going free. We have to look at it from a socio-economic perspective, and that is the India-specific method, I think, of growth.
Maran. Yeah, Dayanidhi. Press the button. Green light will come. Yeah.
You take this.
Don't call me uncle again, please.
No problem. Prabhu, when I was mentioning is that, see, you asked the question for the freebies. Are the way to go progress? Let's be very honest here. India is a country with a majority of people who are have-nots, and a minority of people who have. As long as this inequality is going to prevail in our country, the political progress will be more towards the have-nots. And as I quoted to you, that it's not that it's only new of giving freebies, it's new to Tamil Nadu. I was quoting the example of Singapore, where Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, for the next election, when his son was to get elected, he treated Singapore as a company, and he was giving dividends to his population as $300, and based on the age, they were somewhere getting 1,500 Singapore dollars before the election. And similarly, an economy like Germany, when they were going through recession, the Germans came out with an idea of reviving the economy and said that only because their country was mostly on the auto sector, producer of the world, they said, we will give 5,000 euros for every car which is 8 years old, and provided you buy a new car. So even Germany was into freebies. Each one is trying to do a trick or other to ensure that the have-nots, you come to a small village in Tamil Nadu where you realize that it changes their life and it has an impact, then you'll understand that that is politics. Politics and growth are related. If politicians are doing it, it is because of the sheer necessity of democracy making them or forcing them to do it. And as long as we do it, we are successful in getting people to understand that and making sure that it's not that we are stalling. Tamil Nadu, I want to quote, Tamil Nadu has got the lowest power cut in the country. We have the lowest, and in fact, I should say that we contribute 30% of the cars made in India are still being made in India, in Tamil Nadu and more than 45% of the leather products exported out of the country is made in Tamil Nadu, and 50% of the textiles exported out of the country are still being made in Tamil Nadu. We are better off in the electricity situation, and as I said, there's some people like the women. Don't fall in that category. Thank you.
I feel that
short answer देंगे उसके बाद बाकी question पूछेंगे लोग.
Politics is an instrument of socio-economic reform. So it is really possible the economic progress by political system. But the popular politics is a problem. And that is when we are only think about popular politics, we are not getting good results on the economic level. But I feel that our country need a vision for 2025. Let there be unanimity between the ruling party and the opposition party on particularly some sector of the society, the important sectors which are power, infrastructure, then agriculture. And that unanimity will help us to accelerate our economic growth. I feel that it is possible, but it needs positive approach, development-oriented approach, constructive thinking, and popular politics is also important. Without that, we cannot survive. But it should not become our mainstream. That is the problem. And if we can go in that direction for the development with a very, very balancing approach, I feel that it is possible.
You wanted to say something? Yeah.
You know, one point which people, you know, when you talk, Prabhu, that in India there are freebies, when we had the WTO discussions in my earlier jobs, I used to tell the Americans that you're subsidizing your farmers, you're subsidizing prosperity. And the $20 billion they give to the farmers, is it good economics or good politics? And we tend to forget what all countries are doing. But when it comes to India, we become very self-critical. Why are you giving a free this? Why are you giving a free that? In the United States, the price of cotton, 42% of the price of US cotton is subsidy. So, is it good politics or good economics?
Okay.